Ladies and gentlemen, gather around. The Christmas season is upon us, the magical time of the year when the diaspora floods home with groceries, prayer requests, and trauma from British winter. But this year, something special awaits them at the arrival's terminal. Not potholes, not combis, not even zesta. No, this year the diaspora will be welcomed by indoctrination. Straight from the mouth of His Excellency President Emerson Mnangagwa himself, who has issued a festive season decree disguised as a welcome home message.
During this festive season, many of our people from the diaspora will be home. I call upon the party structures as well as our nation at large to be hospitable and use this holiday period to share with our diaspora the various policies, programs, and activities that we continue to undertake under the Second Republic. Christmas, kutinyika inovapa ivenevai igonamatirwa ivenevai.
Now listen, share policies sounds innocent when you read it on X. But in Zimbabwe, where political messaging goes through the digestive system of overzealous party activists before reaching the public, this will be interpreted as, comrades, when the diaspora lands, corner them like lost cattle and preach Vision 2030 until they confess loyalty. And here we are, diasporans, thought they were coming home to rest, to eat sadza, to visit family, to attend weddings where nobody remembers their name but everyone asks for money. Instead, they will be ambushed by party cells operating like Jehovah's Witnesses with worse customer service. Imagine this. You land at RGM International, tired, dehydrated, carrying groceries worth more than your entire net salary 10 years ago. Before you even reach the parking lot, a provincial commissar jumps out shouting, "Brother, sister, have you heard about the achievements of the Second Republic? Sit down, we have slides." Suddenly, your Christmas holiday becomes a 6-hour lecture featuring words like upper middle class, empowerment, development trajectory, and leaving no one behind. Which ironically includes you, the diaspora, who left because there was nothing to stay for. This is not a welcome message. This is Operation Convert the Diaspora before they escape again. And the problem is not even Mnangagwa's statement. It's the ZANU PF foot soldiers who interpret every instruction like attack dogs released into the neighborhood. By December 24, every brain in Zimbabwe will turn into a cell meeting. Every Christmas lunch will turn into a Vision 2030 presentation. Every family reunion will end with someone shouting, "Comrade, repeat after me, ED fair." And from there, party-sanctioned violence will emanate. Ladies and gentlemen, this might have sounded like a welcome message, but in reality, this is an encouragement to commit violence on people visiting from the diaspora. So diasporans, visit home at your own risk. And this is just story number 1. Meanwhile, in another episode of Zimbabwe vs. Freedom of Expression, Alpha Media Holdings and Zimbabwe independent editor Faith Zaba are being dragged to court for allegedly insulting the president in a satirical McCracker column, "When you become a mafia state." But here's the plot twist. The article never mentioned Mnangagwa. Not once, not even accidentally. The state simply looked at a metaphor about a mafia state and said, "Ah, yes, that's definitely about the president." Imagine the confidence, These investigators don't need evidence. They rely on Holy Spirit-led intuition. The defense, led by Alec Mchadehama, basically told the court, "Your worship, the state is hallucinating," and they didn't even bring the full article. They brought selected screenshots, like someone trying to prove their partner is cheating using cropped WhatsApp messages. Mchadehama even said the investigators should be charged for insulting the president themselves, because they are the ones claiming Mnangagwa resembles the mafia. Legendary stuff. And while satire is being treated like treason, Finance Minister Professor Mthuli rolled out his 2026 national budget, a document so painful it should come with a warning label. VAT up 15.5%, gold royalties 10%, the highest on planet Earth. New taxes on digital trade? Of course. Incentives for growth? Absolutely not. Growth is illegal in this economy. Economists like Gift Mgano described the budget as punitive, anti-banking, and designed to make people miserable. Mugano didn't just criticize it, he disemboweled it, placed the remains in a plastic bag, and handed it back to Treasury. Another economist, Vince Musewe, said Zimbabwe relies too much on VAT because productive sectors have collapsed. Translation: we are a country of buying and selling, not producing and prospering. Zimbabweans don't need a budget speech. They need trauma counseling. From national suffering, we turn to influencer suffering. The infamous Veko-Lupa migration scam has exploded, and suddenly Zimbabwe's favorite socialites, Madam Boss, Kiki, Taiti, the Nyati family, Mama V, Vima Pizzi, and several others are being accused of steering their millions of followers into the jaws of international fraud. Victims say they trusted the scammers because celebrities endorsed them. Celebrities say, no, we were just advertising. Victims say, but you convinced us. Celebrities say, please don't tag me, I'm eating. One woman, Yvonne, said she followed Madam Boss and Mama V religiously, and like many religions, this one demanded an offering, 50,000 rands, before delivering suffering. Victims now want influencers charged. Influencers are apologizing or deleting evidence, and authorities across 3 countries are investigating. Zimbabwe, where even your favorite comedian might lead you to deportation. Moving to the opposition drama, MDC interim leader Elias Mzuri has officially declared Douglas Monzora finished. Done, complete, overcooked, politically fossilized, kaput. He says the party is rebuilding, restructuring, reforming. It's the same speech the MDC has given every year since 2006, but now with a deeper tone of despair. Former provincial chair John Nyika delivered the knockout punch. With Monzora, MDC got 0 votes at some polling stations. 0. A war politician failing to vote for himself. Even the ballot paper felt pity. ZBC also surprised the nation with the good news, reducing license fees dramatically. Household license $24, rural license $5, business license down $2. ZBC said this was to ensure universal access. Zimbabwean says, access to what exactly? But hey, we take what we can get. Zinara insists e-tags are for everyone, not just for government cars. A whole public announcement to clarify that citizens are not banned from modern technology. Zimbabwe truly is a country of wonders. And the Zinara ZBC joint licensing regime is now under high court attack from a brave motorist who asked the nation's most important question. Why must I pay ZBC to renew my car license? Does the radio help me to drive? Valid. Very valid. We'll see where this one goes. A Zimbabwean man in the UK, Ashton Guramatunu, impersonated a nurse for 4 years and earned nearly £200,000. 4 years. Imagine how bad the system is when someone can fake nursing for half a decade before anyone notices. At this point, even medical malpractice said, "I'm tired." La Nina is likely coming, bringing rain, floods, drama, and ministries pretending they are surprised. So, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared, especially in the rural areas and in the flood-prone areas. In the United States of America, Donald Trump is forcing Felix Tshisekedi and Paul Kagame to Washington to sign peace deals that rebels on the ground won't respect anyway. M23 wasn't invited, which is like hosting a wedding without the bride. Trump wants a diplomatic win, Congo wants peace, Rwanda wants minerals, the rebels want territory. The only thing everyone agrees on is that signing papers in Washington changes absolutely nothing in Goma. And Tanzania's loudest activist, Mange Kimambi, had her Instagram wiped out. Meta says policy violation. She says government pressure. The government says prove it. Meanwhile, she's calling for protests, writing letters to Donald Trump, and Tanzania is trying very hard not to look like it's allergic to criticism. Tunisia arrested 82-year-old opposition veteran Najib Chebi for conspiracy because nothing says national security like imprisoning pensioners who need help walking. President Kais Saied has turned Tunisia from the Arab Spring success story into North Korea with better beaches. And in Gaza, Yasser Abu Shahab, accused of working with Israel and stealing humanitarian aid, has been killed. No one knows who killed him. Everyone denies everything. Gaza remains a disaster zone where truth dies faster than civilians. And in Europe, Ukraine's foreign minister told OSCE they want real peace, not 1938 Munich Part 2. Europe nodded, Russia smiled, the war continues, and Russia even promised they are ready for war against Europe. And in Australia is deleting accounts of all under 16s from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Teens are crying, parents are celebrating, Meta is panicking, and everyone else is waiting to see if the ban actually works or if teenagers simply migrate to VPNs and chaos. And in football, Newcastle's CEO says they will be in the debate for the best club in the world by 2030. They are currently 12th, but ambition is free and Saudi oil money is patient. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ZimWaves TV. Please subscribe, share, and comment in the comments section.